Your name, please?
So my name is Chanchal Yadav.
Huh?
Chanchal Yadav.
Chanchal Yadav.
Introduce yourself, please.
So sir, my name is Chanchal Yadav and I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's degree in history honors from Maharani College. And my hobbies are like to read the historical books.
Why did you choose history honors?
So actually I found a very interesting subject. It is like although there are the things like when you should do choose the subjects according to your profession in which you wanna do, but according to me when I choose history, so it's only based on my interest. I'm getting the things I'm learning it from like how to live a life and how you find a different kind of persons. So all these included in the history books and I literally like to read it and to get more and more knowledge. That's why I choose history.
Do you know what is difference between honors and pass course?
Yes sir, I know. Okay, so there's a difference. Like in pass course, you are just not going in a detailed, but in a, like when you're choosing honors as a subject, so in which you have to be detailed. So if I'm taking history honors, so I have the 4 subjects only for the history. But if I'm taking the pass course in history, there's only 2 subjects, and that also not in a detailed. So there is a difference. And apart from that, there is some educational difference also when you're going to take, when you're going to do MA and all that.
What is prehistorical?
So prehistorical is that is like we don't have so much evidence about that. That is prehistoric.
Like,
and from that,
can you give us example?
Okay, so apart from that, like there is a times when there is a stone age people how they live. So there is a different, like every historic age has a different kind of that. Like when we divide the history into 3 parts, it divides into ancient, medieval, and modern. So in ancient times there are prehistorics, and after that there is a Ramayana Mahabharata time, and there is a Chandragupta time. So it is divided like that, how the people started to live. After that there is a medieval age in which we are going to say about like Sultanate periods, the South Indian history, the all things are included in that. After that we have a modern age.
Okay, I want to ask that there was many kings, emperors in ancient time. So, which period was the best according to you, and why?
Sir, according to me, I personally believe the Ashoka and the Akbar, because these are the great personality I believe. And according to me, because why I'm going to say that, because they're a lot of person who just fight a lot, and they fought and they win a large territory. But if I talk about the Akbar, Ashoka, who followed the Dhamma policy after the Kalinga war, and that is the biggest part, because after that he adopted the peace. He just want to be like, I don't wanna fight any more wars if something is not going, because that is almost like there is a lot of persons who were killed in the war. That's why he adopted that things, and that is the greatest part for me. After that, Akbar, why I'm saying that Akbar is also there, because he adopted the policy of secular. That is the greatest thing, I think, because secularism, and after that he just gave the position to the Hindu ruler also. He just appointed them in their officers, after that their administrations. And if I also want to include any other, so Sher Shah Suri, who was the greatest administrator in his period, there was a thing that there was no thief, no one can do. And like the basic thing that I literally like about their administration is like that there's a thing ki head. The gram panchayat is like when there is a head, if head is not, if there is a crime that is going on, and if crime is done, and if like head person is not going to, although when we are living in a small area, we get to know, even like you can see in your family that every person know that what's going on in their village. So it's the basic thing, and if he is not going to say that what's going on, then he is the responsible for that. So it's a very great thing that Sher Shah Suri is one of the greatest. I can conclude that. Apart from that, there's some South Indian rulers was also doing in the like structural and in architecture form. So that was also so nice.
Chanchal,
Yes, sir.
first tell the difference between the honors and elective subjects.
Elective subjects. So may you just conclude the elective subject?
Elective subjects. I have the elective subjects and I have optional subject. I have the honor subjects.
So I'm just want to know that what is elective subject? What you wanna say, like?
Elective, just like we have the subjects in Bachelor of Arts.
Yes, sir.
All right, political science, geography, public administration, and all.
Yes, sir.
And we have the elective subject of English literature and optional subjects. Then what is the difference between honors and the elective subjects?
So, sir, the basic difference I found is like you're reading the both. You're just going the but like when you're taking honor subject, it's a little burden. It's not a burden, but it's in detail. But if you're taking an optional subject, that's not in much a detail because I have also like political science is my optional subject. So when I just go through the things that I'm studying in the second year, they come in the first year in the honor subject. If I would have political as a my honor subject, so they will be there and they would be some in a great detail.
You would know about that.
Yes, sir.
So Chanchal, in medieval period,
Yes, sir.
there was a social ostracism. Yeah.
Social ostracism.
Ostracism.
What do you mean by that?
Samajik adambar.
Social problems or social evils.
Ostracism.
Okay, sir.
So, if you have chance to remove social ostracism, then what will you do that?
So for that, I have to make up proper policies because, like, if I'm doing that thing in a great level on all over the country, because in Sultanate period or in the medieval periods, when you have a large area, there are a lot of social practice, social evils were going on. Like sati pratha was also there. Apart from that, their dowry system, there was no widow remarriage. Apart from that, the women condition is not good. At the other hand, they're the persons who were just trying to do. So for that, we have to make a proper policies in which we have to remove that. We have to start it from the gram panchayat or the local level. So when we are just going to start it, we should just overview, we should make a management for that. We should especially hire some committees for that. And for that, like Akbar also did something. And apart from that, there was a great person like Noor Jah in the time of the Jahangir period. She is like, Jahangir is kind of just a name for a king. He wasn't like that much involved in the work, in the administrative work. So there was a Noor Jah who was doing that, and she was such an inspiring figure.
Okay. On the other hand, on this topic you have really such a command. On the other hand, what were the social ostracism in medieval periods?
So there are a lot, like social problems are a lot because like when like because in the modern age when we come, so these were starting to remove, but before that we have a lot. In story system was there, women conditions was not so good, there was a sati pratha, there was also some kind of a thing that people should wear the women should wear the veil, and such kind of systems were there. Even though like queens are not allowed to see the court and all such kind of things, there were restrictions on that also. Apart from that, they have less rights. But when you're talking about that, so I like to increase the awareness. If you're raising awareness, then it will be fine and all will go well.
Very good. You have good command over history.
Chanchal, definitely, doubtless, you have a good tongue, and your specialization is history.
Yes, sir.
And this is unfortunately we are asking from that section where you are good and you are excellent. So you said that you are pursuing in a BA honors.
Yes, sir.
With history. There is a term Cold War.
Yes, sir.
You must have heard about
Yes, sir.
that. What does it mean?
So, Cold War is political basically, because when I was in the 12th class, it is a topic and it is a whole chapter that is Cold War. So it basically, it's not a like we are fighting with the weapons and with such kind of things. We are just fighting for like USSR and USA was doing the Cold War. So it was started from 1945 and ended in 1992 when the USSR disintegrated. So it goes like that. They are just through the newspapers, they were just targeting to each other. They are doing a lot of things, but they are doing secretly, but no one has any harm about it.
You mentioned Sultanate when
Sultanate.
it was started.
So it started from the 11th century.
Fix any year.
So, sir, not in fixed year, because when it goes like that.
When was it ended?
Sir, it ended 1526. Because when Babur came and Babur removed.
From there he came in India.
Sir, what?
From
From
where?
Afghanistan. There is Afghanistan. Well, there he lives. So in 1526 he came, and after that he removed, and after like he was also some invited.
Great Indian warrior,
Yes, sir.
and that was called a golden period of Indian history.
Yes, sir.
Who was called the Indian Napoleon. A king was called an Indian Napoleon. He was called a Napoleon of India.
Okay, sir, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm just forgetting about that. You tell me, sir. I am unable to recall that.
He performed a great yag that was called when you left a horse with the special marks. Ashwamedha. Yeah.
But that is the like yajna that is performed by many kings.
Samudragupta. He was called Indian
Okay,
Nepal.
sir. I just forget about that. Sorry, sir, for that.
Okay, you have a good command on the history, but we have a number of questions, but that short period of time, some other day when we will have a chance, we ask them. Best of luck.